Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, is a framework to improve and optimize teaching based on scientific insights into how humans learn best. For teachers, this basically means how can we teach so that students learn? This term was invented by Ron Mace, an educator and advocate for people with disabilities. Mace realized that teachers must do more than just present information, so he came up with this basic framework. Let's start at the top of this chart with a circle. What do we know about learners and context? Before teachers even begin to think about a lesson plan, they must consider their learners. They have to think about their ages, abilities, and experience with the course, as well as their strengths, weaknesses, and priorities in life. Once the teacher is confident in understanding his or her students, it's time to move on to the question of, what are we here to do? Establishing goals seems like the simplest part of being a teacher. For example, the student will be able to write a paragraph about one type of plant. What if the student can't write? What if the student doesn't know what a paragraph is? What if the student didn't even know there are multiple types of plants? In this step, teachers must consider barriers to learning and come up with flexible ways for students to demonstrate their understanding. Next, it's time for the teacher to identify these barriers. These barriers may include social and emotional, knowledge of the learner, and design choice. The teacher must do his or her best to remove these barriers for learners. Halfway done! Building off the last circle, the teacher must now identify universal supports. These supports are often called assistive technology, and there are hundreds to choose from. The teacher should assure that the classroom they're in is well stocked with options like graphic organizers, text-to-speech options, and mini whiteboards. After all this consideration, it's finally time to start writing the lesson plan. The teacher can now put together everything they've done so far, including planning for the student, being clear in goals, and addressing barriers. With this step, the teacher should plan for a physical and online lesson. Lastly, the teacher can do what teachers do best: teach. But wait, it's not that simple. Teachers must see themselves as lifelong learners, meaning they will revise and evaluate their lesson with each delivery. With all of these things in mind, the teacher can craft the best lesson plan possible and assure that they are meeting the needs of every student.